Brittany the Naturalist. Thank you for subscribing to my channel. We will get started. I'm going over me taking out my 2 strand twists. So to show you guys what it's like. Let's see. Pointy end. I got a bobby pin because I forgot to grab my not bobby pin. I got a paper clip. I forgot to grab my comb. Oh, wait a minute. So we're gonna put these front ones up out of the way. This is what my hair looks like after a week of being done and in a style. As you can see, my edges done kind of curled up. And usually my retwists do not last even in the style because my hair is low porosity and it absorbs like moisture really easily and it poofs up. But let me get a scrunchie. I'll be right back. I got the front ones out the way because those are gonna be the last ones I take out. That way I don't miss any. All right. But yeah, while I'm doing this, I'm gonna go over a few things that if you're considering getting locks, some things that I wish I would have known or wish somebody would have told me. Number one, they always say when you first start your locks, like don't compare your locks to other people's locks, but I did that. And I would say maybe get two to 4 people that have like the same texture as your hair. And that way you can like have an idea of how your locks may look. I had 3 different people. There was one girl, her name was Seashell. And the other one, I think it was like Medusa or something. And the crazy thing is, my locks actually look just like their locks. So I say get you some people that have like the same texture as you. Get like 3 or 4 because, you know, everybody here does differently. Can definitely show you what your locks will look like. Ow. But yeah, definitely do that. Another thing I wish I knew before I got locks is how to start my locks in the different sizes of locks. I kind of went in there blindly and was like, I'm just going to get traditional locks. And to this day, I think about having micro locks every day. But at the same time, considering the thickness of my hair and the density of my hair, that probably would have been a lot. But I would have been able to do more with my hair. And I think if you are tender-headed, you'd probably be better off with micro locks. Because I'm so tender-headed and my retwists, they hurt every single time. And that's to my next point. If you are tender-headed natural, you're tender-headed lock girly as well. Tender-headedness is not going to go anywhere. If anything, it's going to be worse. But to prevent that, I would say when you first start your locks, make sure you get styles. So that way you can train your scalp to, I guess, kind of get used to that tension. I've heard people that got it, that used to get styles like when they first get it, they don't be as tender-headed. But for me, this hurt the first. I'll say it just stopped hurting yesterday. So I'm very tender-headed. And I know a lot of people always ask me what was my hair texture before I got locks. I had like, my hair is like 3C, 4A, a mix of that. But I have like, I don't know. And then the front of my hair is kind of wavy. It doesn't curl. So it took the front of my hair a long time to lock. You can see on my TikTok videos where the front was kind of straight. But yeah, it's really all about knowing your hair, your density, with picking out what type of how you want to start your locks. And then another thing about locks that I think everybody that's been on this lock journey, like, I think this is the most that I've loved myself. My locks taught me patience. They taught me how to love myself when I don't feel my prettiest. And another thing about me, I've always had like really long and thick hair, but when I locked my hair, it was very short. And I was able to learn how to just love myself and not base my beauty off my hair, even though my hair is still very beautiful, but not to lead with that. And another thing I would say about having locks that I wish that you probably should know before you, if you're thinking about starting your locks, would be, everybody says don't dye your locks. I say don't dye your locks. I dyed my locks like in the heat of the moment, which was not the best decision because I kind of regret it because I don't really like it anymore. Wish I would have just kept my natural color, but that's okay. You live, you learn. Just learn from me, or you might have to learn on your own. But I would say don't dye your locks. But to each his own, do what's best for you. And another thing that you probably should know if you're trying to think about starting locks is that your hair texture will change. So you'll be constantly learning your hair throughout this journey and learning to love it throughout it. And then like watching it shrink and bud and all that is a whole process. And just so you guys know, that first year is not easy. I think for my first year, that first 6 months I wore a wig. I looked crazy, but to me I was just like, this looks better than my hair right now. But looking back, it was so cute. I wish I would have embraced my shorter lock stage. And that's another thing, you have to embrace where you are and love your hair no matter what stage you're in. And that's what's going to make this journey so much easier, just by loving where you are. And comparison is a thief of joy, so don't compare your locks to anybody else's locks, and just continue to like nurture yourself, love yourself, do affirmations in the mirror, because I had to do that a couple of times. And for me, my lock journey was just so unique to me, because not only was I learning to love my hair, I was healing through like a lot of different things. Like I would say maybe 6 months into my lock journey, my dad died. So it was such a healing and loving journey for me. So like, to me, like my locks is, I don't know, my dad got to see me when I started my locks. So it's just a cool thing to have. Okay, this is where we are now. This is like probably like a quarter of my hair. I don't know, maybe it's half. I don't know, but yep, this is what we're looking like right now. Okay, and here's some tips for my people that have locks. Number one, don't just let anybody touch your hair. Trust your intuition. I don't know, I've always been very particular about who touched my hair, even when I was natural. I didn't play that. You got to do your due diligence and trust your gut instinct, or find a trusted friend that you know that knows the good hairstylist in your area, because everybody is trying to do locks nowadays. That's another pointer. This is what I'm doing. You see right here, I'm taking this, that way I'm not pulling out my hair. Ooh, can't see. And sometimes she uses double rubber bands, so that takes a minute too. Okay, we are almost done. Lock, I have like a really short lock because I was gonna comb out my locks. I wanted to see what it looked like, and then I immediately decided that wasn't what I wanted to do. But yes, this is my shortest little baby lock. As you can see, I combed out that right there like a year or so ago. Okay, we are almost done with this side. This side, let me show you guys what I'm working with. And these are my longest locks. I don't know if you, all right. But these are my longest locks right here. Oh my God, my hair is super long. Alright, back to coming out these locks. Alright. And I think this one has my biggest lock in it. And just know that every lock isn't going to be the same. Nobody's locks are perfect. So don't expect yours to be. And the number one thing you're going to need when you start locks, or as you have your locks, and as you continue to learn how to love yourself with locks, it's going to be a lot of patience. You're going to have a lot of patience with yourself, with your hair, with this journey, because it's, when they say a lot journey, they're not lying. I went from having hair down to my back straight to not even a bob with my starter locks. And you know, in the everybody around you may not be as accepting, but that it builds character, and you learn to ignore people and make only your opinion matter. All right, I'm gonna fast forward here now so you can just watch me do the rest of this. I'm actually very exhausted. Taking out these locks is literally a lot to do. 13 left. Okay. Alright, let's get the rest of these strands out. You still have to take care of your hair. No, you don't have to like detangle and all that stuff, but you definitely need to wash and moisturize your hair often. And then you also need to be comfortable with your hair being frizzy. Like, it's not gonna always be perfect. These are locks. This is not a 30-inch bust down. So if you have frizzy hair, that's okay. People tell you that you need to retwist, you tell them to shut up because they don't have locks. You don't want to keep retwisting your hair too much, or you'll have thin locks, or they won't be healthy and thick and flourishing. You'll be looking like Lil Wayne or something. So definitely still let your hair breathe and take care of your scalp. Keep it moisturized, keep it clear. Don't allow buildup. Make sure you find ingredients that don't cause buildup. Oils are good, lock butters are good, even hair butters, which is lock butter. Those are good. And when you have locks, it's still good to know your hair porosity. Like, if you have low porosity like me, you don't need to be putting any type of protein in your hair because it will eat it up. Now, it might still be thick and long in locks, but if you plan on never combing it out, I don't recommend using anything that's high in protein because that can cause damage up the shaft of your hair. And we are almost done. We have 3 more left. And I've had my locks for about 4 years and what's May to November? I'm just gonna guess like 4 years and 6 months. Probably wrong. You can correct me in the comments. But yeah, I started my locks on May 25th of 2020. And it was a last minute decision because I was really going back and forth. I'm like, you know, I don't know if I should get locks because I want to grow my natural hair out because it was finally the length that I wanted. My hair was finally bra strap length, and I was like, you know, I'm gonna grow it waist length or whatever. And I was just like, you know, doing my hair, having to do something to it was a lot. And all these locks were just looking really good. So I was like, you know, last minute decision. I was like, I'm about to lock my hair. I booked the appointment. I went. And we started my locks. And the first 2 retwists, I think I cried. Think about me, I'm gonna cry about everything. I'm gonna get over it, but I'm gonna cry first. Definitely gonna cry. But I got over it. And I realized, you know, like, it's okay. It's just hair. And I saw people were combing them out. I'm like, you know, if you just don't like it, you can just comb it out. And then year 2 came, and I was just like, it's cute. I had like a little curly fro because my hair texture looked like a little curly fro depending on how I wore it. So I was like, oh, this is cute. I never really wore a fro, but with my locks, it made me embrace that. And like I was learning to embrace every part of my journey. So that was what was so beautiful about my lock journey. And I think anybody that's struggling with loving themselves or in like a harsh place with themselves and like trying to learn how to love themselves, locks is definitely get you there the fastest way possible. Because you're going to learn to love yourself when you look a mess, when your hair's done, and then learning how to get used to lock styles, that was hard for me. I was just like, don't feel pretty. But it's not your hair that makes you pretty. It's who you are that makes you pretty. Your spirit, your soul, and then your face, of course. Learn to love your face. And learn to be your cheerleader. We learn to be the person that tells you that you're beautiful. Don't need anybody else to tell you. So I've struggled with that for years. And I had to learn to know, Brittany, you got to tell yourself, you are beautiful. Because if you don't, then nobody else will. So how can't you love yourself and you expect everybody else to? Doesn't work that way. All right, we made it to the front. Ooh, I feel like I can breathe. But let's get these last few locks out. And yes, this is what it looks like. I'm gonna show you guys the full length of it once I finish taking out these few. So we are on our last little leg of taking out these 2 strand twists. I have so many locks. I got like, I think last time I was like 98 or 96 or 99. One of them numbers, I don't know. 90 something, that's how many locks I have. And then remember I said I wanted micro locks. I don't know how. Doing this with like 200 locks, like no way. No way. No way at all. But yes, this, let's see how many I got right here. Might just leave that one in because I don't like when my right here be getting too poofy. Even this one right here, I'm gonna leave that one in too. Yep, because all my hair is going to cover those 2. I'm gonna leave those 2 in. That way my retwists don't look too crazy. Like the front ones I could patch up, but like on them sides, once they get out of control, it's a wrap. Might as well schedule that retwist tomorrow. And another thing that I do like to do when I finish taking out these, I'll add spurts to these things because one thing about my hair, it's gonna poof up. And I just want to preserve this as long as I can. I have the Design Essentials spray. I'm doing this in my room, but I'll show that. Maybe I'll add like an insert or something. But it's the Design Essentials. I use that on my locks when I take these out so it can last longer. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. I want to try that wow that people use to blow dry their hair, but I've heard good things about that also works. Oop, not, oh, this is my jumbo lock. So feel like my scalp can breathe. But I left in 4 2-strand twists specifically because once these 2 get out of control, like, oh, wait a minute. Okay, well, it's just gonna be this one. Once I left 3 in, not 4. Once those 2 areas get out of pocket, I might as well schedule my retwist. Thank you guys for joining me. I'm gonna insert some pictures at the bottom of this. And I'm gonna show you guys the full length of it. But these are my locks and I take them out of my 2-strand twist, and let me show you guys. I want to thank you guys for all watching my first YouTube video. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you. Bye.